that no Glasgow? Red fruit!
And if I walk, push myself.
Go, Jessica.
Right, this is going to be my second speech I've done. The first ever speech I've done was at Edinburgh. So, I'll tell you my speech so far, right? I identify as a person who's a centre-right individual. So, I'll tell you the beginning of my speech. So, how it began, like, during my experience at university, I didn't realise I had failed political neutrality. So what I mean when I say like I failed to stay political neutral in the university campus, so one time I had seen like posters displayed in the university campus on a door with posters saying stand up to racism against the far right. But as we know as ourselves, they can say, like, try to say everyone who may identify as right, we're all far right, and you know that's completely nonsense. For me, for example, I believe, like, my views as a centre-right individual, I want us to have a safer Scotland and a safer country for young people who live in Scotland, and also for women and men also. They also seem to be in university. They've been left, as you know, in the education sector. So that when I seen the poster saying stand up to the far right, women against the far right, I had put a complaint through email. So that got back to me, and I had a meeting with the uni. That didn't got taken seriously, and I said, what would happen if I put the opposite? So that wasn't taken seriously. And the recent complaint I've had recently, I've had to deal with, I was kicked out of a women's group I used to attend a lot in the Paisley area to meet friends, peers, and I'm quite an open book. It was like due to the event I went to, the United Clans Scotland at Glasgow Green event, some people might have went, but apparently somehow it got back to these, the women's group, that some lunatic lefties apparently had sent an email of me and another one sticking the middle finger, so I went in with the finger to the left. Then also, like, I've got another few things to say. I believe the environment should be banned, yet my concerns were dismissed because of the poster, as that poster wasn't classed as a hate speech. Stand up to the far right. From my views, I think it is a hate speech and all that sort of nonsense. And they have these passing pish kind of flag things. And another few things I got to say is like a few cases, so we won some of it's like going to talk about sexual crimes. So according to Police Scotland at the time, during Falkirk, a guy called Mohammed Cheeky, it sounds like Mashak, that sounds like when you look at that name, but was found guilty of a sexual assault in the common dates. Was it this year? I think, yeah. Common dates, data date in court. This had happened during, like, he committed these sexual offences during St Andrew's Day in 2025, where he had sexually assaulted a woman during the early hours of 2 in the morning. So the women that should be able to feel safe, going out with their pals and to get sexually assaulted. Then an hour later, he went and plunged to sexual assault another female at 3:30 in the bar. So that's within 90 minutes, he sexually assaulted two women, and according to Police Scotland, they had carried out investigations to get the reports from both females, and it was made from the Chief Inspector of the CID Department in Both Valley Division and Police Scotland Services had said on their website, hopefully they bring some justice for females. But how many is it going to take? That's the thing. And reading about that case, it shows you big concerns about women's safety. But I'm going to just talk about women's safety. I always remember saying my peers, I live in Renfrew, but I go to places quite a bit. It's like there's a hotel with migrants and that, and the warmer hotel, so I try to say to them, here I can feel comfortable to say, oh, be careful as you know, across the road, it's migrants, they could sex assault you, but you know, some peers, you go and say, you can't tag them all the same brush, because you feel like you're silenced, or they feel like, no, it's not going to happen to me. And that's why I say, be vigilant. Even watch that movie, Session Vigilant, is to waking people up and just beware and just look around your surroundings. Also, I'm going to talk about is how some women, even men and children, and they sort of find people will take advantage, and this cannot be happening in a community. Yes, but yes, the left always keep going to say, but you go, yeah, in British people, sex assault, they've got a high more. Yes, obviously, because Britain's the most populated population, but these ethnic people, you don't need any more, and I find that we cannot take any more males being undocumented, and they should be jailed and deported, or remain in the jail till they get back to the home country, and this shouldn't be tolerated. And also, I was written ages ago, but a couple of months ago, I've seen a Facebook post of these young blokes, couple of boys, who had walked back from their work with their work gear, and two of these males approached them and attacked them and kicked him, and this boy got a good tanking for one of them and tried to steal his laptop back. Well, nothing on the media said, oh, this guy who attacked him and bad injuries, like a group of him. It does take him to come out and say, by the way, I've been attacked, but nothing's been reported about it. And also, I've noticed in Glasgow recently, what is it like for us in Glasgow city centre at City Knock, especially at night, on a Friday or Saturday or any minute of night, you've seen these men, mostly men, sometimes you get women, but most of the men, like hanging about and lying, you go, you can deal with through Neds in the past, but it's a total unrecognisable city with these different ethnic men approaching or being lasses a wee rooting, it starts to feel dangerous. I wouldn't like to walk round them and people think, oh, you're a racist, you didn't understand. It isn't a racist, it's just this group. And I just want UK to feel proud of British, so last thing before I allow the next person to say, we want our British culture back.
Yes!
Once it's gone away, it won't be coming back. That's what I'm sad to say. But last thing I'm going to say is thank you very much for listening to my speech, and God bless everyone.
Well done, Jessica.
For taking the time to give me your name, I sign my back and photo for you, because having a bit of autism on this place, some people might go, I can't get us, I say just chucking the bed. Thank you very much.
Well done. Well done.
Well done, Jess.
Radio Gaga, Rule Britannia,
Britannia rules the waves.
Well done, Jessica.
Yes.
Well done.
Well done, Jess. You might be a Samson cage. Thank you. A good cage.
Jessica, thank you so much. You're a wee cracker. We need more people like you on the streets. People that are awake, that are realising the real truth. Here's another man, our Sammy Shaw, Falkirk legend, one of the OGs, standing here long before any of the other groups were standing here. Come on up, Sammy. Let's hear you.
You should begin to them, Donkey.
Well, this is the first time I've ever spoken in public at one of these events. And I thought to myself, I'm kind of nervous, but as long as I'm not following Jessica, I should be alright. So thanks for that. Well done, Jessica, that was fantastic. I'd like to start with thanking a few people. I'd like to thank Voices for Falkirk for today. They've lost their backsides on how hard they've worked. It's a 7-day a week job, this. Hassle, carry on the street, carry on online, they get abused all the time. So this is for them, thanks for them. The Scottish Freedom Patriots, same kind of thing, they're 7 days a week, they're feeding people today, they're always on the streets trying to look after our community. Councillor Claire Mackey, thank you for standing with us for this amount of time. It's hard to stand against the narrative, just being a normal person on the street, but for a political figure to stand against the narrative, I can't imagine how hard that must be. So thank you for being brave enough to stand with us all this time.
Well done, Claire.
Finally, I'd like to thank every single person that's turned up here today to support this. You are what it's all about. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time, your effort and the money it's cost you to get here. Because unlike the people who are there, we pay our way to be here.
Yes.
Now, I hadn't wrote a speech, because what could I say that the people before me and the people after me will say they're fantastic speakers, they're used to this kind of thing, they're experienced. I thought I'll just speak from the heart, I'll speak from the experience of being here. That way, if I blow out my arse and I blow it honestly, it's my own words. It's nobody else's words, I'm not trying to say anybody else's words, it's all myself, so here we go. A year ago, at this hotel, my wee town, the town I love, I was born a stone's throw from here, like Councillor Claire Mackey, I'm born and bred in Falkirk, and I love my town. I love the people in my town, I love being here, I love everybody that comes here. What was I saying?
Don't prick yourself laughing like that.
A year ago, thank you. A year ago, we rocked the establishment. Voices for Falkirk and their team. But 1,000 people on this street. The people across the road thought they were going to, their exact words were, we're going to nip this in the bud. Because we've been standing for about a year before that, some people, and they're still here. We'd been ignored. The police knew we were here, they would come and see us on a Friday night. But he's up to, everything's good, and they'd bugger off. The lefties knew we were here, they ignored us. The council knew we were here, they ignored us. And we're thinking to ourselves, we're standing in the pissing rain, we're standing in the snow, and we're thinking to ourselves, what are we doing here? Why are we here? And one day we got the answer. The police appeared after a lassie had been attacked, the very first one, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We were standing here on a Friday night, and this disgrace in a uniform, got with 5 of his fucking mates, sorry for swearing, walked across and looked us right in the eye and went, don't believe everything you read on social media, it didn't happen. We vowed there and then that we would be standing here until the day the bulldozers will through the door of that hotel when it's shut. We will not ever move from here. I don't care if they say it's currently empty. That's language they're using. It's currently empty. We're trying to get it closed. That hotel will be filled again soon. And we will be here to protest against it. We will never leave here. They people feel they're going to nip it in the bud. They don't know the people of Falkirk. We're stubborn bastards. And we're going to stay here until the job is done. And when the job's done here, then we're going to come to your communities and we're going to help you do the job in your communities. I don't know how much time I've got left. I'm going to spend every second at protecting your communities. I will stand with every single one of you. Defend your families with my last breath. That's what being a patriot's about. A patriot's not about hating people. A patriot's about wanting to make the ultimate sacrifice for people you don't really know, but you know they're your people. That's being a patriot. Not what these muppets out here try and tell you that you are.
Well said, Sammy.
What being said, I forgot what I was going to say again. Anyway, so we've been here for a year. As I say, we stood here for another year before Connor, who's no longer here, but he deserves all the respect in the world, because if Connor hadn't started this, we wouldn't be here today. Connor and his team, Councillor Mackey stood at the Calendar House and organised it. As I say, they thought they were going to nip it in the bud. Where are they today? They were going to bring 1,000 of them a day to nip us in the bud again. And they're still not here. What they don't realise is we are going to be here until the very end. We've nowhere else to go. Keir Starmer said when he was in power, if you don't like the way the country's being run, you can leave. Where do we leave to? This is our home. These are our lands. We weren't lucky to be born here. We were born here because of a decision our ancestors made years and years and years ago. They decided this land was worth defending, worth developing, and worth dying for. That's why we were all born here.
Yes.
And I'm proud to be born here, just like you buddies, like everybody else. And they'll never make me ashamed to be born here.
Brilliant.
Well, that being said, I'll wrap it up because I forgot what else I was going to say. I've rattled on for long enough, so thank you very much for your time.
Well done, Sammy. Christ is King! Christ is King!
Well done.
Sammy Shaw. The wee belter. I don't know who the next speaker is, sorry.
Donkey, you're no fooling me, so I can't emoji.
John Hall. How are you? John Hall Senior, all the way from Aberdeen. A big round of applause.
Cheers, Julie. Hello, Falkirk. Well done, every single one of you. It's a year you've been standing here now, and I know every one of you wish you didn't have to do it. Because that's a sickening thing, right? We've had three people in this hotel that have committed heinous crimes to local people in this area. One of them got 9 years in the jail. Deportation recommended.
Yes.
Quite rightly so. The other one, 4 years in the jail, no deportation. The other one, 10 months. So I'll stand here with conviction a day, right? And say, I don't care. Every single one of them, send them home and send them home now. Right? Big or small, deport them all.
Send them home! Send them home! Send them home!
That's exactly what we need, folks, right? I'm a believer, just like I've never tried to push politics, but Rupert Lowe is saying the right things, right? We need remigration, folks, because we're here primarily because of illegal migration. But we've seen in England, and now we're away to see a Scottish national inquiry, right, about the abuse of boys and girls, white boys and girls, across this land by predominantly Muslim Pakistani men, right? Shame on them, right? 4 out of 5 of these men that come here illegally are from predominantly Islamic countries. This is by design, folks, right? Our culture's being replaced, our heritage, our traditions, every single thing that made us who we are is being replaced. If you could stand there and agree with the things I just said, then you must agree, people, we are being replaced. Simple. So we stand here in defiance. We get called Nazis, racist, fascist, every word, lazy words, because they've got no argument. I've stood with them myself in Aberdeen in different places, arguing with them. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of arguing with them. We get brought down in our daily lives. As I said, it's a seven day a week job. And that's what it is. You get constant abuse, you get pulled down. I've been slandered. My son is too. Right? We've been up in Aberdeen. We've actually been fighting against white paedophiles. We've been tracking them. 7 out of the 8 offenders we found were re-offenders. Because the government and their policies seem to think it's okay. Excuse me, we're sexualised this nation. They're doing it to our children in school. They're teaching their children in school, very early primary school, sex education. Fair Jews, by the time primary 7 comes, they need to know the basics. They get taught how to life. But then I need teachers throwing their sick ideologies into our children. But again, it's SNP policies. They cater for minority communities, right? And that's what it is. They play identity politics with a transgender ideology for multiculturalism, diversity, and it is our flaw. That's our massive flaw, because we became too nice people. We become too nice. We're too civilized. These people coming here, they're not civilized people. They are men, young fighting age men, that come here from war-torn countries. That's why we're seeing the behaviour that we see for the hotels like this. So, going forward, we should all still continue to congregate like this, get bigger and bigger. Feed the left no more, because that's not even a real left standing here, folks. Right? This is not about left and right. Right? I'm a nationalist, first and foremost. I want independence for Scotland. Not under SNP, that's long gone. But I am proud to stand here with anyone that stands with that flag. Because I am not about division. That's what the government are about. They're about division. The left create it, the politicians, the police, the services, your council, everybody creates division with us. It's not about division, it's about safety in our communities, folks. Simple as. That's why we're here. So deport them all, send them all home, remigration, save our nation, folks. Thank you. Cheers, Julie.
Well done, John.
Where's the microphone?
Lee's just going to come and check the volume for a wee while, wherever he is. Lee! Come on, Lee, what's that barrier? 1, 2. It maybe just needs to be right. Can everybody hear me?
Aye.
Sing a song.
Can everybody still hear me? Yes, right now.
Send them home!
Send them home! Send them home! Send them home! Send them home!
Send them home! Send them home!
Send them home!
Mr. G, our very own voices for Falkirk legends! Up you come, up you come. Big round of applause. We're going to take a wee break after this and we'll do the rest of them once we get the party started.
Thank you, everyone. That's got you hooked. You're getting a break after this. That's the good news. So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, honey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for over a year we've stood on this street. We've been standing against what's been happening in this migrant hotel across the way here and in the wider community, and we've done so for two reasons. The fact that every country must and should stand against illegal immigration. The UK certainly should do that. It's been failing under successive governments. The fact that illegal immigration brings with it high levels of serious crime committed by undocumented men who roam freely through our society. These are people from cultures and all too often from a religion that are incompatible with Western society. The figures from the Ministry of Justice are absolutely indisputable. If we look at the crime rates per 10,000 population, and we go through and have a look at that list, we see that sexual offences per 10,000 break down like this. Afghans, 60 per 10,000 commit sexual offences. Eritreans, 50. Namibians, 50. People from Chadians, 40. Sorry. Schoolboy error. Sudanese over 30, Congolese 30, Albanians over 25, Angolans over 25, Somalians over 25. The list goes on and on. The UK rate is 5 per 10,000 sexual offences. So in other words, some of these people are 12 times more likely to commit a sexual offence than we are. In fact, there are 66 nationalities with higher conviction rates than British people for all offences. And there are 87 nationalities with higher conviction rates for sexual offences. In 2024-25, foreign nationals were convicted for sexual offences at a rate that was 71% higher than that of the British population. I'm going to skip through some of these stats. I'm going to skip through some of the other stats, but behind each of these statistics, there are individual stories and individual tragedies. The tragedies of the victims, the very people that those people on the other side do not want to recognize and acknowledge. In fact, they want to gaslight them. They really are apologists for rapists and sex offenders in general. They are rape and sexual offences enablers. They hate our society, they hate their own society, and they stand in defence of violent and primitive third world cultures that place no value on human rights, freedom of expression, or the role of women in society. We will resist and fight against this always. Unlike them, we remember the victims of uncontrolled illegal migration. We remember the people who've done these things. We remember, already mentioned, Sadiq Niksad, the 29-year-old Afghan who raped a 15-year-old girl off Falkirk High Street. Yeah, remember that one? Can you imagine the life of that girl following that attack? Niksad was sentenced at High Court in Livingston for 9 years, and that's already been dealt with by John, who's spoken to that crime. Mirtsai, the Syrian who molested 2 women on a train journeys between Glasgow and Polmont. Again, whilst he was doing that, after he'd done that, he was on bail. He further committed a sexual assault in Perth,
where he crawled under a cubicle at Perth Leisure Centre to watch a woman toweling herself dry. On that subject, British Transport Police in 2024 made 9,771 arrests. 37.7% were foreign nationals. They made sexual offence arrests, 614 sexual offence arrests, of which foreign nationals were 36.6% of the total arrested. There are other people too. We remember Mr. Shaky, who's already been mentioned, another Syrian who assaulted 2 women close by here in Bells Meadow within a couple of hours of each other. I won't say too much about that offence because we've already spoken about it. And there was also a guy called Saeed Ajid who was charged following a flashing episode over here, watched by many of us. So all of these people we don't want. These are just some of the cases in the district. They're all facilitated by weak governments, NGOs, trade unions, charities, and the degenerate leftist individuals who stand on that side of the street. Right, okay, sorry. So these people are no more refugees over here in this hotel than I am the Dalai Lama. We all know that. They're economic migrants and invaders. They do not belong here. They must be cut out of our society and remigrated. The challenge we face as a society, we need to rid ourselves of these people by ridding ourselves of a weak government that will not defend its borders. We need to leave the European Convention on Human Rights and the European Convention relating to the UN Convention relating to refugees. Our message today is let's keep up the fight, let's get our country back, and let's get these people gone.
Yes!
Sorry about the page turning.
Right,
Mr. G, what can we say? Absolute legend. You want assistance?
Come back live.
There's your man. Listen, we're going to have a quick break now. We're going to get some music on. Please remember, there's water, there's juice, there's tea, there's coffee. Help yourself. There's sweeties if anybody needs a wee sugar boost. And we'll see you back in about 15 minutes.
I'll restart, right? Advance modes.